Welcome back to the season opening episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show. And my next guest, it's always a pleasure having him on. We've had him on frequently. And with North Geelong being the only club at the moment that is in league action, and boy, what a start to the VPL1 season it has been. We're today focusing on the North Geelong Warriors senior men's team, and it's a pleasure to welcome back to the Geelong Region Soccer Show, Season 8, Stuart Begg. Beggsy, how are you?
I'm well, thanks for having me.
Well, we're coming to you from the senior men's changing room, and well, what a start to the season. This place provides a lot of inspiration, but how good is that? Like 3 wins from 3 games. Honestly, did you expect at the start of the season the team would be doing so well?
No, not really. I mean, it's going to be a tough league. We've come from a league below, so when we've come into this league, 3 tough games. We had Melbourne Knights round 1, tough game, then North Sunshine Eagles away, another tough game, and then obviously Melbourne Serbia here at home. Realistically, you're looking at maybe 2 wins and a draw, maybe, or maybe 2 wins, or definitely not 3 wins. But the boys have applied themselves well so far.
Now, I had the privilege of commentating the first game against the Knights there at Churchill Reserve. What a crowd, first of all. 2,000, that's what the organisers said, estimates. Awesome crowd. The atmosphere was fantastic. Conditions were absolutely beautiful. But watching the team play, it was really, really disciplined. But also, to me, I felt it was a very physically strong side. They weren't taking a step back. Is that something that's maybe been kind of ingrained into the team for this season? Because it is going to be a pretty physical competition, isn't it, VPL1?
Absolutely. We've come a long way, and one of the big things I have mentioned before is that this group has been together for a few years, and they've grown together, and they've, the young guys, they came into this league in 2024, and they hadn't played too much senior games. Now we're back in the same league, and these guys have played 50 senior games now. So they're a lot stronger, they understand, and they've grown together. So the unity in the room is important, and that when things get tough, you band together, and that's a big part of us.
Yeah. Now, in the off season, there hasn't been a lot of recruits, but the recruits that have arrived here at Alco Park seem to be very, very focused and very strategic. And one of those recruits is a prodigal son. He's returned back to the club, former junior Patrick Wall, who had a stint at Victory, and he scored the first goal, and he's been very, very prominent since. How good is it having Wally back here at Alco Park?
Well, I've never had much to do with Wally when he was here before, and bringing him in this year was more for him than anything else. But he's been dynamite so far. He's come into the team. He grew into it. He took a while to sort of get up to the speed of and the way we play. But he started really, really strong. And he gives us another avenue in a wide area, which is, we're quite prominent in.
And you talk about stability, which is such an important part, and particularly the main part of the Warriors, I guess, team formation is very, very stable. But also the fact that you're telling me off air, the lack of injuries so early in the season, and with hard grounds and pretty strenuous pre-seasons, most clubs have that issue. And in years gone by, we've had that issue here at Alco Park of lots of injuries. But this year it seems to be a case of there's not that many injuries.
You say that now, but if you looked at
Touch
us,
wood.
If you looked at us pre-season, and everyone inside this room would know, we actually didn't get a full team in the park until round 1.
Right.
We had a lot of injuries from the year before, players pushing through things by the end of last year that carried over into this year. At one stage, I had 1 defender for 3 weeks, and we sort of worked around that as best we could. But our fitness has been one of the big aspects of our game. In the last 3 years, we run a professional program. We've got a company that takes care of our S&C. We track everything, and to the point of training sessions are all tracked. So we know how hard players are working, so they might be carrying injuries, and that is benefit. So we're able to push players to their limits during the week. So come game time, they continue on that trend and knowing how to recover and then rinse and repeat again. But last year we were very blessed with not much injuries, and hopefully because of the same program, hopefully same thing again.
Well, there you go. That's answered my next question. Was going to be a case of, is it more luck that it's sort of actually eventuated the way it has, or is it actual management? And it seems to me it's that professional management behind the scenes. We're going to take a little look at this clip, and this is on your Instagram on the weekend prior to the actual game. But I just want you to watch this clip. Okay, well, that was a little clip, and for me, what that does is it epitomises just how professional the approach is. Well, we saw I mean, it would look like an A-League. What are you talking about, A-League? An EPL dressing room. The way it was kind of set out, everything with the lollies and bananas and Gatorades and all of that, but everything else looked so well. How important is that professional approach to games, planning, all of that, all those little one percenters that eventually end up in success that we've seen over the last, 18 months here at North?
Look, it's a pretty big part. Me and Sean are really big on routines, and the players are also big on routines.
Mm-hmm.
And our goal is, as coaches, is obviously we've got stuff to do at training track and on the field on game day and everything. But we try to make it that the players are literally just turning up and playing. They don't have to worry about all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So we do everything we can. Obviously, the players understand that. But when they walk into the room, they basically turn up at the bag day and get changed, focus on the game. And if we can help facilitate that, the better.
And it's another level. Now, you're a previous NPL 2 coach, or VPL 1, or however every year it seems to change. Last year, you're the VPL 2 coach of the year. I guess the only thing missing is NPL coach, and that hopefully might come in a year's time when the club gets promoted. But we won't talk about that. But what we will talk about is you have seen the difference between, say, NPL, VPL 1 and VPL 2. How much of a difference is there between the three leagues? Not just standard of football, but just, I say, level of aggression, level of intensity, the professionalism or lack of in some of the maybe the lower divisions. How do you find the difference in all those three tiers?
It's an interesting one because they are definitely different ability-wise with each team. Technical ability is going to get better as you go up. Mm-hmm. Physicality, I think probably the VPL 1 and VPL 2 is probably more physicality-wise than the top NPL. NPL for me is obviously is strong, but it's the amount of chances that before you concede a goal, I mm-hmm. feel is a big thing. Mm-hmm. The more you go up, and we've seen it this year already, you don't get like 2 or 3 warning signs. You get one mistake, it's 1 goal against you. Teams just punish you for anything that may go wrong. So it's about being focused for 90 minutes as much as you can. Mm-hmm. And when you've got a team who's got a bench, like realistically, the bench of an NPL team would all start in the other 2 leagues below. Mm. So your squads are fuller, and obviously there's a level of professionalism in each team. So I mean, it is huge. The way that they build their squads. So I mean, I don't want to bring up the money situation, but it can be about money and about how clubs have more at disposal than other clubs, and that does benefit some teams. But at the end of the day, it's you've got more quality in your team, you're going to score more goals, defend better, and that's what I see.
Now, a few years back on Football Out West Show, a good friend of ours, Craig Filer, came up with the coined the phrase competition or chaos competition for the second tier division, and it's the VPL 1 is a competition of chaos where on any day anyone can win. Now, this weekend, Friday night, top of the table clash against Northcote City. Anything can happen, but some pundits have been actually saying Northcote City are the odds-on favourites to win the title. They've recruited heavily. They've really invested quite a fair bit in gaining promotion. Obviously, apart from a top-of-the-table clash and a tough one at that, what can we expect from the Warriors this Friday night at John Cain Reserve?
Well, hopefully 3 points.
That's what we'd like, 4 out of 4.
But we know that every game you go in this year is going to be tough. And look, I've literally just left the game today. where West United was playing Manningham. Manningham hadn't lost a game, and they just lost to West United, I think 6-3.
So there you go. Yeah, far out.
It is crazy, this league. And any given day, any team can beat another team, and we don't look at this as anything other than round 4. And I know that's a cliche, but we've played Melbourne Knights was a big occasion for us. We had North Sunshine, traditionally is a tough game to go to. And then we've just had the Croatian-Serbia sort of derby game, which is another big occasion. We had stacks of people here yesterday. So we've had 3 games that were heavily focused on the scenario of the teams.
Yeah.
And now we're going to Northcote, which, as you just said, is top of the table clash.
Yeah.
But end of the day, to me, it's round 4.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you're going to go enjoy the game itself, and hopefully the win will make it even sweeter. But so too will the Souvlakis after the game. I hear Northcote City are renowned for that. But look, overall, apart from all that, mate, I love chatting to you about football globally, and we can talk about it for hours on end. Let's look at the Geelong soccer scene as a whole. I mean, obviously it's a state election year, so the pollies are going to be out promising this, and that, and everyone talks about how we want a regional facility here in Geelong. But what's your wish? What's your hope for Geelong soccer in 2026? What's your kind of wish list or up the top there?
I mean, it's right. We do know that this region, as in the whole of Geelong, needs a facility that can cater everyone. We've seen it that they've got it in Ballarat, they've got it in
Bendigo, Shepparton, you name it.
They've got all that. Geelong doesn't have it.
No.
And it'd be great to have a place where we know that we can have in my mind sometimes I think that Kardinia Park is underutilised.
Yeah.
I know West United play some games out of there, but why not have more games, more local games there, or maybe have a gala day where you've got all the state league teams, any derby games or something have there. I don't know. I just feel that we can do a lot more as a region, and it's difficult sometimes to get all clubs to band together.
Yeah.
But there is so many good talent in this region, and it sometimes makes me sad when they're leaving this region to go play in Melbourne.
Yeah.
When we've got teams here capable that can hopefully develop talent. I mean, to bring up North Geelong, we've had a lot of talent that's left this club and done really, really good things. So it'd be great to have other clubs in the region doing the same thing. It's hard sometimes because we're such a region that pulls off each other.
Yeah.
So somewhere we've players will leave here and go downwards to we've got a lot of players at Rowan Rangers. We've got players that's gone to Corio, which is really good, which is the way it should be.
Surf Coast, looked at their team list from last week. Yes, half of them were ex-NPL North Geelong juniors. Yeah,
but that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
but we need to sort of band together. And I'm open to a lot of the clubs that contact me. I've been speaking to Geelong Rangers, speaking to Surf Coast, had a chat with Corio not long ago, and we try to help out clubs as much as we can. If we've got players that we know that needs game time, we're not going to make it here. We like to hand them down to other clubs to help them benefit them. But as a region, I still think we could do better collectively. But we still would love to have sort of government help to sort of build a good facility so we can all, again, band together and do more with the region.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to wish you all the very best for not just Friday, obviously, and the rest of the season. Folks, we're going to be back after this very, very short break to wind up tonight's season opening episode of the Geelong Region Soccer Show.